Okay, welcome back. We're on another little hunt. Private location I can't disclose, but found the abandoned waterway that they kind of cut off here, and it's more like a flood channel through the middle of a property now. And as you can see, it is massively overgrown. So I'm like crawling through. I'm not joking. I just got done weaseling through stuff here to get to these little bare patches. So like this root wad here has fallen, and when the water was coming downstream, it ate in here and gave us some gravel exposure. And the first thing I saw was this. Now I did tip it over, but I didn't pull it out. And that is the top of a huge old Alhambra jug. It's my guess. It's like way too big for a milk jug. And yeah, it just has that right look. It's a beautiful piece of glass. That's pretty cool. And then look, prehistoric glass work right here. I did pick this up, and because it's not a tip, and I just wanted to give it a closer inspection. When I did, look. Now you see that? That doesn't look like a random break to me. That looks like it's been sharpened down to make an awl. So you see how everything else is rounded, and then the very point of it has some fluting and some little chips. This is just my opinion. I usually don't stretch it. You don't know how many piles of these I just set out in my yard, like can't prove it. But the shape of this one overall is probably a natural break that was long and skinny with the flutes like that. And they took that spar, that needle, naturally occurring needle, and sharpened it down even more so that they could poke it through leather. So this is what you make the holes with, an awl, so that you can put your binding, your cordage through it. I'd put money on that one. So, pretty cool. Older brick. Some really cool little pieces of naturally shaped obsidian here. Look at that one. We're on the obsidian kick lately, obviously. And these are kind of cool because they're so cratered. It doesn't always come like that. It's like a little meteor. You can tell it's a fiery origin. Working a good little patch here. And I stooped down to check this out. Oh, and I broke it. And it was never made for sure into anything. I'll leave that, and I saw this. See that? That looks a lot like a piece of petrified wood. See the different layers of grain, and here's a knot. That's usually a telltale thing, is when you start seeing things, structures like you would in regular wood. This one was kind of cool. Oh yeah, look. Well, and then here's the difference. You see the little layers? Everywhere around here we have tufa. So this is not petrified wood, so don't get confused by the white rounded stones. And remember that the minerals that replace the organic material in this, came from the stones around them, usually volcanic. Around here, our petrified wood wasn't made by time. It was made by layers of ash and minerals being laid down on them, and there's a way quicker process, is their hypothesis. So even though the material does match, you can see the structures are totally different. So there you'd have huge cliffs of this around here, but buried in that, you'd be looking for obvious pieces of wood, just like if you were out in the Nevada desert hunting for opals. So, pretty awesome. It's another nice big piece. That's probably its best profile to show what it is. Look for pieces of wood. Crawdad. Let's try and get across this wiggly old dead tree to the next gravel patch. See the white staining that occurs from the mineralization out here. And the water starts making it all look like gray and white stones. Even a shiny black stone can get covered in it. And the berries grow. So we're down here looking at each thing. Now there's a lot of obsidian around here occurring naturally. And you know, 10 to 70,000 years of occupation allows for a lot of them to be picked up, used as a tool, made into a little bit more of a tool, and tossed back down. So sometimes it's really hard to say yay or nay. We've lost a whole other riverbank over here into the thickness, and then we're just kind of, you can only pick through this so much before you go, okay, running out of stuff and in deep water, and then we've got to go around the back. So it's just kind of how it goes. But yeah. Ugh. Let's keep moving. We have switched up locations. We're on a main river and we're gonna go look around a little bit. Did not bring the detector with me. Just kind of doing exploring and some rock hounding. Ooh, but look at the schools of fish out there. That is awesome. It's a healthy little population. Oh, hey, look. Found this a little gunboat. I love the smell of napalm in the morning. It's pretty cool. But I think probably gonna leave it here. I'll set it somewhere where it's more findable. We'll carry it with us for now, I guess. It's pretty cool. I'm gonna leave it for the next little kid that comes down. Maybe they'll get inspired to hunt around every time they go someplace. Oh, how deep that is. Or how deep that is. But I know Kingfisher is upset with me. Set this here for now. Okay, I know that these holes would be great places to check if I had the detector. Okay, moving on. That's something I never realized about this spot. Once again, I've been here a bunch of times in my life. It's a swimming hole. So I should check that. That's why I was talking about the detector. But this is a cement dam. It creates the pool there. So below this, a bunch more natural holes eaten in everywhere. That could be really fun. Look at it trickling over there. It's really pretty. But yeah, come down here and check all this. Not bad. Beautiful. But it's eating into the side of the hill there and making a little cave. When the water is high, it's gouging into it. This is all compressed volcanic ash, a type of tufa. You can see that, that's what I was talking about. And they can kind of come in layers and get compacted and stuff, but it's just rock. Just rock. Okay. I'm looking for gravel beds. I was hoping somewhere here it would stack some gravel out of the water. But in these spots where we have these real deep banks, a lot of the time it can just throw it all down. So that's why, I mean, there it would be covered in moss. I can kind of scan it, but then it goes like really deep, probably neck deep. And look how tall the banks are actually getting here. So, in spots where it does pile up, ooh, like this, they're kind of awesome because that's where you can find sometimes all kinds of things in one little concentrated area because it's been flushed and flushed and flushed through. Plus, this is pretty cool. so nothing falls on her head. It's pretty loose stone. Always watch your overhead, okay? Your brains are the important parts. Yeah, look how deep that is. So because it gets funneled in so deep, it digs down and it gets skinnier and skinnier and creates more of a push through. And then the gravel waits for the next wide open spot where the creek actually goes out from between the two hills and goes poof. And that's where you get not only big concentrations of gravel, but they end up being crossroads and swimming holes, because where the gravel is where it was easy to ford. You see how it'd be hard to bring a wagon or a vehicle down here, and you gotta do a bridge each time. So gravel bars are fording points too. Okay. Oh, we're kind of trapped right here. Kind of trapped. We can climb up around that, I guess. Come back that way. Little poke root plant. Berries spread in here. I've heard if you treat them right, that you can eat them and not die. I don't know. They always look scary. They have little blackberries on them that look like some sort of belladonna. But the birds love them. They come late in the season and they just gobble them up. You can see it sprouting now, and we're at the beginning of August, so this thing will get tall, and then boom, big old clusters of grape-looking nightshade berries on them, almost as tall as me. And the birds just swarm on them. So if you like free bird food in your yard, poke root. Okay. These are some of the old hand stone carved bridges of Napa. They're pretty impressive. They're one of the cool parts. The bottom part is really modern. They just redid it in my lifetime. But this is that same tufa. You can recognize it. A harder state of it. But the foundation goes all the way down on what we're standing on. And you can see the bore marks in each one of them, where you grab it with a caliper looking tongs, you know. Big old slabs to make it. And you see by the size of the truck, I mean, it's a 2-lane bridge, so it was made back in the day. And we had 20 of these going up and down the valley. They've been getting replaced one by one slowly over time. They pull them down and put in modern things. How people are. But they are all marked with their historic age marks and everything, and they're pretty cool. You can see the slab stones on each one are massive. So a lot of Irish and Chinese immigrants, and then the actual, what they were calling digger Indians, so the local Native Americans, were the masons that did a lot of this.